Behind me are two of the most popular 500W Step-Thru commuter models. On one side, we have the Lectric XPress 500 that comes in at $999. On the other side, we have the Aventon Level 3 that comes in at $1899. So that sets up a $900 question. What do you actually get when you make the extra investment, and can you actually get by on a $1,000 commuter model? In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to make the best choice for you. We'll talk about everything from the component choices to the tech differences, the frame and options, and we'll put them head to head through some performance tests. One of these bikes has a 36-volt system, the other has a 48-volt system. And for those of you thinking a 36-volt system won't keep up, you'll want to stick around to see the results. We'll even talk a little bit about the brands and the ownership experience, but we'll wrap things up with some pros and cons on each and my overall thoughts. But before all that, let's take a closer look. Quick word from our channel sponsor, Upway. If you're looking to score a great deal on an e-bike or sell one you're ready to part with, Upway has you covered. They offer professionally refurbished e-bikes for up to 60% off retail, each reconditioned by experts and backed by a 1-year warranty, plus a 14-day money-back guarantee, so you can shop with total confidence. Upway partners with top brands, which means you can find deals you won't see anywhere else. Like this Express 750 with under 3 miles for just $999, or this Aventon Level 3 that's also under 3 miles for just $1449, and that's the latest generation. Big thanks to Upway for supporting the channel. Now let's get into today's ride. Let's really quick lay a foundation by talking about these brands. On one side, we have Lectric. They are a direct-to-consumer brand, which means they don't have the same overhead as a bike shop brand, so they can put more value into their bikes, but it also means it's going to be an online purchasing experience. On the other side, we have Aventon, which is an omni-channel brand, so you can get the doorstep delivery if you want, but you can also take advantage of their dealership network. They've partnered with over 1,800 bike shops across the US, so it's likely you can find a shop near you for test rides, expert advice, buying fully assembled, and having a place to bring your bike for service. The Express 500 is currently $999, the Aventon Level 3 is currently $1899, but things do change, so if you want to check up-to-date pricing, or if there's a sale going on, you can find our affiliate links down in the description, or simply scan one of the QR codes on your screen. And if you plan on picking up a model from one of these brands, and you use our link when you go to make your purchase, it supports the channel at no extra cost to you. And if you do choose the bike shop experience with Aventon, just shoot us an email at the address in the description. We can still get credit. Thank you for your support. It really does make content like this possible. We chose to feature the step-through frames because we think that's what most people like. We also love that it makes it easy to hop on a heavy electric bike, but both of these bikes do come with step-over frames. So the Express has two different frame styles that are meant for totally different styles of riding. You have the step-over frame that comes in black that gives you a more active stance. It has a fixed stem and more straight handlebars. So if you like riding a traditional bike, you might like the step-over frame better. But the step-through frame we have here comes in white, and it's all comfort focused with really good ergonomics. The handlebars have a really generous sweep that lets you get an upright riding position. You don't have to reach for the handlebars, and it has a quick release adjustable stem, which means adjusting this is tool free. It's as easy as pulling this lever up. You can rotate or pivot the handlebars to get them where you want, and then you just lock it down with the latch. Nice and secure. There is only one size for each frame style, so a one-size-fits-all approach. This is the seat post that comes on the Express. It's very long, and with the adjustable stem, it can accommodate a wide range of riders. You get more options with the Level 3 because both frame styles have two sizes. Both frame styles on the Level 3 come with an adjustable stem and straight handlebars, so you can get a comfortable fit, but you should expect a more active riding posture than the step-through model on the Express. And then yes, the Level 3 does have a suspension seat post, but it is pretty short. So this is the seat post in its minimum insertion point. I'm a 6-foot tall rider with a 33-inch inseam. I can get full leg extension, but if you're taller than me, you may need to invest in a longer seat post. Let's cover some of these component choices the brand's made. This is where you can see where some of the $900 goes. Lectric does a good job of striking a balance of functional components and putting more money into the components that really enhance the riding experience. So you're going to see things like the 7-speed Shimano Sys Index thumb shifter. It's a functional but more basic experience, paired with a Shimano Tourney derailleur, which is on the more basic side as well. It also has has unbranded hydraulic disc brakes that work just fine, but the Level 3 you'll see a little bit higher quality name brand components. It has a Shimano rapid fire trigger shifter that's really smooth, and that's paired with a Shimano Altus derailleur, which is definitely a step up. We have an early production model of the Level 3, and it comes with Magura hydraulic disc brakes. The Magura brakes feel amazing. They were just lacking a motor cutoff. We think that's an essential safety feature for any electric bike with a throttle, but not only that, because it didn't have motor cutoffs, it also meant the taillights no longer brightened when you pulled on the brake levers. Aventon did make a pivot to Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. They do have the motor cutoff, so you have that extra level of safety, and now the taillights do brighten when you brake. Both of these bikes have 27.5-inch wheels, the Level 3 slightly wider at 2.2 inches wide, and the Express at 2.1 inches wide. They both have a street tread and a reflective strip on the sidewall. You have the Kenda Quick 7 5 Sport on the Level 3 with the K-Shield, and Chaoyang Arison K rubber tires on the Express. Both bikes have front forks with 80 millimeters of travel, lockout, and preload adjust. The Level 3 suspension has Aventon branding, but they're sourced from Trauma, and this is what you can expect. And this is what you can expect from the Express. This is Aventon's 36-volt 500-watt rear hub motor. It peaks at 864 watts and has 60 newton-meters of torque. And since the most recent firmware update, this now has boost mode that gives you access to more power for about 30 seconds. And this is Lectric's M24 Stealth rear hub motor. It's a 48-volt 500-watt motor that peaks at 1,092 watts, but has 55 newton-meters of torque. And as I mentioned, both these bikes have torque sensors, but now you have the ability to switch between a cadence and torque sensor on the Level 3. The lighting on the Express 500 is pretty standard with a headlight and running taillight setup. The taillight will not brighten when you brake. The headlight is pretty bright. Lectric's Elite headlight is currently included with the purchase of the Express 750, which is a little bit brighter. Aventon is known for delivering a little more with their lighting. Their front headlight is very bright. It's smaller and has a more sleek form factor. And then the taillights are integrated into the seat stays with turn signals. And like I mentioned before, if you have the Magura brakes on your level, they will not brighten when you brake, but if you have Tektro hydraulic disc brakes, they come with the motor cutoff, so you will have that brake actuation. If you look on the websites, the advertised weights of these bikes are 58 pounds for the Express and 67 pounds for the Level 3. Now the Express 500 does not come with the fenders and the rear rack you see here. I just did an accessory video on this bike, so you can check that out if you want to upgrade your Express. So you will need to budget a little extra if you want fenders or the rear rack, but I do think those are accessories most people will want. So I went ahead and weighed both these bikes with all the accessories on them, and they actually both came in at just over 67 pounds. So the weight's almost identical. Also, if you plan on taking the batteries off to make it easier to lift on a bike rack, I did go ahead and weigh the batteries. I used our battery bag we sell at shop.ebikeescape.com to hang them from the scale. It's waterproof, fire resistant, and it can strap to your rack. The Express's 10.4 amp hour battery came in just over 7 pounds, and the Level 3's 20 amp hour battery came in just under 9 pounds. While we're on the topic of batteries, the Express uses a key on the side of the frame in order to unlock the battery halfway, and then it has another latch underneath which you press to release the battery. So this is a 10.4 amp hour battery. It's certified to UL 2271 standards. Lectric advertises a range of around 45 miles, but that's on the lowest pedal assist level and not using much throttle. Now you will not be finding any keyholes on the Aventon Level 3. That's because you unlock it through the display. So hold pedal assist up and down. That brings you to the menu, and the first option is battery lock. And we'll give that a click. Ooh. And then it has a spring-loaded latch inside that you push down. It actually doubles as a handle, but you can expect similar charging times for both batteries because the Lectric comes with a 2 amp charger and the Aventon comes with a 4 amp charger. The display is more of a retro game style display, really colorful LCD display though. It gives you good information like trip details, your voltage, your current, and all the settings you need are in the display, so you hold pedal assist up and down. There's really only 3 settings you're going to want to know about. The P8 setting is where you set it between class 2 and class 3 speeds. The P11 setting is the torque multiplier, so when it's 0, it's its default setting. And when you have it set to 1, it makes it easier to get power from the motor. And the last setting you're going to want to know about is the P22 setting. 0 is the default setting, and this means there will be speed limits in pedal assist levels 1 and 2 while pedaling or using the throttle. But if you want to get rid of those speed limits, just change it to 1. And if you want to have top speed in throttle and all pedal assist levels, but still have those speed limits in the first 2 while you're pedaling, set it to 2. Aventon really takes tech and security to the next level with their electric bikes. A lot of their lineup features the Aventon ACU, which enables 4G connected security features like GPS tracking, geofencing where you can set actual boundaries on a map where you're allowed to or not allowed to ride. You also can get unwanted movement alerts straight to your phone. You can also power off the bike or lock it remotely. This is definitely a feature unique to Aventon. This is their electronic wheel lock. You lock it through the display. So we'll get in the menu here, go down to bike lock, and we'll hit that. You're probably still going to want to use a bike lock, but if someone does choose to steal your bike, they're not going to ride away on it. Just keep in mind all of the remote features are enabled through Aventon's IoT service. It is free for 1 year, then $20 per year after that. So less than $2 a month for some peace of mind. And you can access all those features through Aventon's app. You can also customize each pedal assist mode to your liking using RideTune. It's a really easy way to hone in the power just how you like it. You can change the torque, the pedal response, and the assistance in each mode. You also get the over-the-air firmware updates on the app, and pretty much all the settings you're going to want to change is also in the app. So there is some app dependency, but Aventon's app is actually really nice and user-friendly, and it puts all of your settings on one page so you can easily see the state of your settings. So as I mentioned, plastic fenders are included on the Level 3. So is the rear rack. This is capable of carrying 59 pounds, and it does have MIC compatibility too. And here's the optional rack on the Express that's capable of carrying 60 pounds. And I do have accessories from both Aventon's and Lectric shop here, and probably what I'd recommend on these racks so it keeps the weight a little bit lower to the road. They both use a quick release latching system to mount, and the Aventon panniers have this handle connecting both bags. If you're like me, you might see these thinking they're pannier hangers, but you actually hang them from the actual rack. So just pinch the clips, get it on the rack, and then you can kind of tuck the handle underneath the clips. And then when you're ready to take the panniers with you, you just lift up on these handles. They come right off. So you carry both with one handle. Both bags also have an outer pocket for quick grab items with a waterproof flap over the zipper. It also has some reflective accents. They clip on the side. And then here's Lectric's roll top panniers. They come separate, but they also use a quick release system. These panniers actually do hang on the bar below the rack. Snap into place and then get that support. So these panniers do give you access to the mounting points on the top, but once again, you may not want to put too much weight up high on this rack. And then when you're ready to take these bags with you, lift up on the quick release. You might notice the Aventon's rack doesn't have any mounting points on top because it's a MIC compatible rack. What that means is MIK, or mounting is key, and it's just a simple system for securely mounting and quickly changing out accessories. So I have the Big Papa rack bag we sell at shop.ebike escape here to show off this capability. There's an anchor point and then a spring-loaded latch. So line that anchor up with this notch here. Just push down on the bag, and then it's secure. This bag has a water bottle holder on the back, roll-out panniers on the side, reflective trim all over, an elastic strap on top, waterproof lining on the zippers, and the main cavity is really large. You have a mesh pocket up top, and then a waterproof lining on the inside, so you can even use this as a cooler. And when you're ready to take it off or swap it out for something else, just use the key, slide it in, and pop it off. Now, I did put these bikes head-to-head on some performance tests. Let's start off with the results of our throttle-only acceleration test to 20. Immediately, you see the Express displaying its punchier system with the strong push off the line and steady power all the way to the top speed. The Level 3 has a more gentle takeoff, but once the motor can take advantage of the bike's momentum, it pushes you up to the 20 miles per hour just behind the Express. And here you can clearly see that stronger jump off the line from the Express with the Level 3 right on its tail. I also tested the acceleration of the Class 3 speeds to 28 miles per hour. In their top assist level, with the settings maxed out, both the Express and the Level 3 demonstrated comparable acceleration up to 28 miles per hour. And while both bikes easily sustained speeds over 25 miles per hour, it was slightly easier to hold 28 miles per hour on the Express. To test out the torque, I took both bikes up our test hill. And by using throttle only to make it to the top, we can see what these motors are actually capable of when put in their worst case scenario, no rider support. Again, the Express performs slightly better, briefly dipping under 10 miles per hour before climbing back up, and the Level 3 hit a minimum speed just under 9 miles per hour. Just remember, the Level 3 now has boost mode for 30-second access to 120% power and torque to even the playing field. Despite its smaller battery, the Express impressed me with its consistent power delivery as the battery drained. And all these tests were conducted with a full battery, so just note the Level 3's larger battery will sustain its performance for longer. So that's pretty much everything I can tell you about these two bikes, but let's sum everything up with some pros and cons, and I'll give you my overall thoughts. Let's hammer this home with some pros and cons, starting with the Express. And the main advantage here is what I've been talking about the entire video, the incredible value for the price. It comes with hydraulic brakes, Lectric's fantastic torque sensor, and a motor that provides a ton of power more quietly than others we've tested. And yes, it has two frame styles, but the step-through frame is a standout for us because of its unique comfort features and ergonomics. And things to consider, it does come with that smaller 10.4 amp hour battery, but I was surprised by the consistency of the power delivery as the battery drained, and I do think it provides plenty of range for most people's daily commutes. And the other main consideration is it does not come with the included fenders and rack. They did have to make some conscious choices to hit that magic $1,000 price point, and the most noticeable to me is the basic drivetrain. But here's the thing, we tested the 500-watt version of the Lectric Express because the motor power was comparable to the Level, but you should know that the Express 750 with the 750-watt motor is also available for $300 more at $1,299. So not only will it have more power, but you also get a larger battery, which is almost the size of the Level. Plus, with the Express 750, you often get included accessories. We've even seen the rear rack and fenders included. And the main advantages to the Level 3 are you get that massive cross-compatible 20 amp hour battery. It's also hard to find a bike that looks as nice as the Level 3 in its price point, thanks to the premium touches Aventon is known for. Then of course, if you want a tech-forward electric bike that grows with you thanks to firmware updates and access to a 4G connected security suite, the Level 3 is the way to go. And the main considerations, first, of course, the $900 price gap. There's app dependency to change settings on your bike. At least initially, the bike will remember your settings every time you power it up. And for an otherwise modern electric bike, the display has a USB-A charging port for devices, which does feel a little out of place. So the bottom line, the Express 500 is for the value-driven rider. If you want a fantastic, natural-feeling ride for shorter commutes and don't need all the tech, it's an absolute home run for the price. The Aventon Level 3 is for the dedicated commuter and tech enthusiast. If your e-bike is your primary vehicle and you need maximum range and security, and you value a premium finish and dealer support, the price is absolutely justified. You can't really go wrong with either one. It all comes down to your budget and your priorities. But let me know in the comments, which one would you choose? And remember, if you want to support the channel and you plan on picking up a bike from one of these brands, clicking on our affiliate link before you go to make your purchase is a free way for you to support content like this. You can also scan the QR code on your screen. Let us know down below which model you would choose. Like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date on our in-depth reviews. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.